attendees will be muted during this presentation. Please use comment box for any comments. This presentation will be recorded, so a link will be sent out to all attendees preceding this event. If you guys have any questions, since we have only 2 hours and 8 speakers, we kindly ask attendees to email speakers directly. Speakers will have information at the end of their slides, but we will also be emailing everyone speaker information right after this event. So on today's schedule, we will first have a welcome message. Then we will go into our governmental assistance session, and then our COVID relief session, and then our business development session. For welcome remarks, I would like to welcome Dr. Mas Jajuri. He is our Assistant General Manager and Chief Scientist of LA Sanitation and Environment. He has a passion in providing environmental justice and business relief to our most impacted areas in Los Angeles, and is committed to preserving local biodiversity in the city of LA. Thank you, Mas.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Before this webinar started, I told Jennifer and Laura that I was going to keep my opening remarks short and hopefully sweet, because I know that you're not joining this webinar just to hear my voice. So I'm going to keep it as short as possible, probably about 3 minutes. Anyway, I want to thank you for taking the time to attend today's meeting. I know you guys are really busy. I hope that you find the time that you spent here very valuable and useful to you. As you know, we are living in very stressful times. This pandemic has impacted our public health and threatened our local economy. Many businesses have had to close their doors, resulting in a domino effect, where unemployment has risen at an alarming rate, along with the associated economic downturn. Today, LASAN will be presenting what we can do to assist you to navigate through this pandemic. We are working towards supporting your businesses to recover and continue to stay afloat in LA until the time where you can start thriving. This webinar will provide information regarding governmental resources, loan assistance, programs to help aid your businesses, as well as valuable connections. What I mean by that is networking opportunities. LA Sanitation and Environment is committed to its mission of protecting public health and the environment, especially during this pandemic. In spite of this pandemic, our services remain uninterrupted. We continue to provide solid waste collection services, including refuse, recycling, green waste, and bulky item collections. Our stormwater and wastewater services, such as sewage treatment and water recycling, will continue as well. Our LA Industry Program will continue to work together with businesses to assist in any way we can. We are aware that the communities of color and low-income populations are taking the hardest hit. LA Industry is working synergistically with our Cleanup Greenup program to help businesses in the disadvantaged communities as much as possible. Our LA Industry team put together this webinar packed full of resources and relief programs to assist you and your business. I certainly hope that you find this webinar valuable and helpful for your business. After all, your success is our success. Thank you and welcome to the webinar.
Thank you, Mas. Next, we will be having Jennifer Kong briefly talk about our LA Industry Program.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. And I am the program manager for LA Industry. And like Mas says, our goal is really to be here to help you. We're looking at the system holistically. We're looking at our environment, our planet, and profit. So we're here to help you. We hope to continue our collaboration and partnership in the future. So I wanted to show you a slide on the next slide, please, Laura, to how to get a hold of us. So LA Industry has been hosting events, and our goal is really to provide program and resources, not only to help you financially. There's business development component, and we also want to help you with compliance. So if you wanted more information on technical assistance program or a business development program, we do have that information for you on the website. I listed our website, our email, and our phone number over here. We do have a COVID business resource guide that is, we keep it up to date, so then the informations are relevant for you. So please visit our website and email us if you have any question. Thank you very much.
Okay. Um, okay. To let everyone know, we initially had the Mayor's Office Economic Development session after the customer service, my LA 311. They have been moved to the end of the COVID-19 business relief session for everyone's knowledge. Thank you very much. Next up, we have the governmental assistance session. Leading the session is Los Angeles County's Department of Consumer Business Affairs, Fernando Nieto, on their small business program. Thank you, Fernando.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you for having having me and representing my department. Just give me a quick moment while I go ahead and share my screen with everyone. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. My name is Fernando Nieto. I am a program manager at the LA County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs Office of Small Business. I wanted to start off this presentation by just telling you a little bit about the Office of Small Business and some of the services that are available to folks through that office. And also, I also wanted to talk about especially our PTAC program, Procurement Technical Assistance Center, and also about a recent program, a program called PPE Unite. But before I get into that, let me tell you a little bit about the Office of Small Business. So we have three primary services. Our first one is we certify we certify businesses that are either disabled veteran owned, social enterprises, local small businesses, woman owned, minority owned businesses. So essentially, the Office of Small Business functions as LA County's administrator of certification programs. Now, certifications can help make you more competitive when you're bidding on um, when you're bidding on competitive solicitations with the county. And there's also utilization goals that different departments have in regards to certified businesses. For example, the county has a goal of having 25% of their procurement and contracting dollars going to local small businesses. Now that's the goal, the county's goal. So if you are a certified local small business, not only do you receive some competitive benefits, you also have that as a benefit as well. Essentially makes you more appealing to a department and gives you a lot more visibility when you're trying to do business with different departments. The other service that we offer is the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, which I will get into in more detail in the next slide. And our last but not least is our Small Business Concierge. Through our Small Business Concierge, we offer aspiring entrepreneurs and also existing businesses early in the early stages of their business. Primarily with connecting them to resources and services and helping them really get the business off the ground and identifying whatever permits or licenses that they need. And really almost any service help you with any issue that you have while you're trying to start up your business, especially for the businesses located in the unincorporated areas of LA County. So what is a Procurement Technical Assistance Center? So the Procurement Technical Assistance Program is actually a federal program that was authorized by Congress in 1985. in an effort to expand the number of businesses capable of participating in the government marketplace. So this program, it's been around for quite some time, and it is administered by the Department of Defense and the Defense Logistics Agency, or DLA. So there are actually 94 PTACs with over 300 local offices nationwide. However, there are 8 PTACs in California, and we are the only PTAC in the county of Los Angeles. So essentially what PTACs are and their purpose is to kind of be like a bridge between a buyer and a supplier. We try to share knowledge and guidance to help businesses connect with government contracting opportunities, whether that's at the federal, state, or local levels. So as far as the LA County PTAC is concerned, we do that primarily through one-on-one technical assistance. That is really like our bread and butter as far as working with our clients and businesses. Sorry about that. Hold on one second. I have getting a call through my computer through Microsoft Teams. Apologies. So yeah, that is our main way. We work with businesses one-on-one, provide technical assistance. We also provide access to educational workshops and trainings. I actually just got off of a workshop we finished with the LA Department of Public Works and how to do business with Public Works. And then last, we grant access if you are one of our clients and we're working with you to a couple of like paid subscription services that can really help you generate potential leads and potential opportunities to do business with government agencies. So all of our services are free of charge because they are a federal government program and partly funded by the federal government. So if you're interested in any of our services or just speaking to a counselor to learn the beginnings or the ins and outs of doing business with the government, please reach out to us. Our email is ptac@dcba.lacounty.gov. One more time, ptac@dcba.lacounty.gov. If you shoot us an email, we will work with you to set up an appointment. So the next thing I want to briefly touch on is the PPE Unite program. So what is PPE Unite? So PPE Unite was actually launched fairly recently, October 28, 2020. And what it is a partnership between several organizations and government agencies at the state, local, and at private level as well. And what it is, it's a program to distribute a 30-day supply of personal protective equipment free of charge for small businesses to essentially help promote an economic recovery and really help ensure public health and safety. So the program started with 5.5 million units of PPE that were made available to California small businesses through the California Governor's Office of Emergency Services in collaboration with the Office of Small Business Advocates. There was all these organizations here, government agencies, public entities, and private, they all had a role in helping helping launch and implement this program. So really what's the most important questions are, how do I get free PPE? So they really tried to make it as simple as possible, where all you have to do is go online, complete a short form and a self-attestation, and then you could schedule a time slot to pick up your free PPE. You could sign up at ppeunite.org. And so what kind of PPE is actually available? So available PPE may include face masks, hand sanitizer, or face shields for each employee, but supplies are limited and on a first come, first served basis. And then who is eligible? A small business with less than 100 employees located within Los Angeles County and operating as a sole proprietor, partnership, LLC, C or S Corp, or micro enterprise. Those are essentially the eligibility requirements to participate in this program and obtain 30-day free supply of PPE. And a question that is often asked is, are nonprofits eligible? And the answer is yes, nonprofits are also eligible in addition to the legal business structures that I just mentioned. So really, that's all I really wanted to share with you. If you have any questions, if you're interested in the PTAC services, then please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You could reach out to us via email, ptac@dcba.lacounty.gov, or osb@dcba.lacounty.gov. Those are both two of our general emails inside the office. And also, or you could give us a call, 323-881-3964, don't forget to follow us on social media as well. We are on Twitter and on Facebook at LA County DCBA and at LACO Small Business. So that's all I really wanted to share with you all. Thank you. If you have any questions, or I'm not sure if we're going to take questions or anything like that.
I said to email, but you do have a question in the chat, so you might want to wait. DCBA? Yeah, so you might want to answer it in the chat as well. But we're going to move on to the next speaker.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thank you, Fernando. Next, we will show you the My LA 311 app. This is the fastest way to connect Angelinos to city services at the palm of your hand.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Stewart from the Hub LA, LA's newest membership community for civic innovators and social enterprise startups. I'm here to introduce you to My LA 311, an exciting new mobile app perfectly designed for a 21st century city on the go. With just a few taps and swipes, My LA 311 links residents with the services and information they need to enjoy their city, beautify their community, and stay connected with their local government. Potholes making for a bumpy ride? Want some unsightly graffiti removed? Or need an old sofa hauled away? My LA 311 provides convenient access to the most popular city services. It's easy, just point, click, and send. Cooling off on a hot summer day, returning a library book, and finding the closest city park just got a lot quicker. The Find City info feature conveniently maps the close parks, libraries, fire and police stations, golf courses, public pools, tennis courts, parking lots, and much more. My LA 311 also allows you to pay your Los Angeles water and power bill right from your mobile device. No more stamps and envelopes needed. Designed by LA's own 3DI systems, My LA 311 keeps you connected with everything going on in City Hall. Stay up to date by browsing through our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube feeds.
My LA 311 puts the power of City Hall right in the palm of your hand.
Thank you for watching that short video. We will now be moving on to our COVID session. First up, we have Christian Park. He's presenting for California Manufacturing Technology Consulting. Thank you, Christian.
Hi, everyone. My name is Christian Park. Let me just share my screen. Go. Okay, you guys see it?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so my name is Christian Park. I'm a client advisor at CMTC. So I'll be giving you guys an overview of who we are and how we're helping companies in California through the CARES Act. Okay, so CMTC stands for California Manufacturing Technology Consulting. We are a nonprofit organization. About 30 years ago, the US government realized that manufacturers in US needed help.
Christian, I'm sorry, but your screen is showing presentation mode, not presentation mode, presenter mode. So we see the next slide.
Okay, is that better? Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for that. Yeah, so the US government wanted to help out manufacturers in the US. So they set up this program called MEP, which stands for Manufacturers Extension Partnership. And there's MEP centers throughout the US. And our mission is to serve the manufacturing sector in the United States. And CMTC focuses on small to medium-sized manufacturers because we realize that large manufacturers have all the resources. So it's the small to medium sized companies that really need our help. So that's where our focus is. Um, as I told you, we're part of a manufacturing extension partnership. There's one in each of the 50 states. CMTC oversees the entire state of California, and we've been helping out companies for more than 20 years. This slide kind of gives you some data on, what kind of impact we've had helping out manufacturers in California. For this is data from 2019. We've helped out, 1,312 manufacturers in California. We helped them make sales impact of more than $160 million. We helped them save money of $85 million. We had total job impact of more than 12,000, and we helped them make investments into automation and robotics worth close to $350 million. Okay, so how do we help manufacturers? So currently, with the COVID-19, through the CARES Act, we've received some federal funds to help out small to medium-sized manufacturers to help throughout the COVID-19 experience, to help them to grow the business as we are coming towards, having vaccines and everything. So what we do is we assign each company a BSC consultant. BSC stands for Business Stabilization Consultant. And what they do is they'll meet with each manufacturer and they'll discuss, the surrounding environment, what's happening with the company. And we'll put together a plan of action report, which is given to the manufacturer and which kind of shows you a roadmap on how to recover and grow from the current COVID-19 environment. And we have lots of programs that are given offsets through the government funding, through state and federal. So, and we also do a lot of webinars. Our clients have been asking for a lot of information. So we have a lot of webinars that we're doing. Next week, we're doing on the relief grant program through our website. And, 216, we're doing strategies for infectious disease prevention, how you could, prevent the spread of COVID-19 in your working environment. So what kind of services do we provide? I wanted to touch on maybe 6 to 8 services that we provide. We offer a lot more, but one of the biggest services that we're providing right now is sales and marketing. Because of a lot of companies, sales have gone down. They're asking us to help them with bringing back their sales through marketing and sales, right? And a lot of the businesses are going online right now. So we're doing a lot of work in sales and marketing. We have services that can help companies with digital marketing, social media, email campaigns. We have consultants in various industries that can help clients make connections to the right customers. So we're doing a lot of that work. We also do a lot of work with IT and cyber. As you know, cybersecurity is a hot topic right now with a lot of hackers coming to companies' websites. So, we in this area we focus on a lot of aerospace and department companies that do business with DoDs. We also do a lot of counseling to CEOs, small businesses. They need help with guidance and strategy, that sort. So we have a lot of consultants, a lot of executives, retired executives that now work with CMTC that can provide those kind of guidance to small to medium-sized companies. Smart manufacturing is something that we're doing a lot, due to, we want to be able to compete with overseas companies. So, and one of the ways that we can be efficient is through automating, right, through robotics. So we have great programs, great grant programs that can help companies doing robotics and automation. Lean projects, companies always want to save money, right? So we'll help you lean out your operations so you're saving money on cost. ISO quality. Quality is very important for companies in aerospace, engineering, and food, right? So we have consultants that can help put programs together that can improve your quality. A lot of times these companies are getting audited by their customers, so we help them prepare for those audits as well. Third one is workforce training, right? You know, a lot of small to medium-sized companies, they don't have the resources to help their employees improve their skills. So we do a lot of training, leadership training, computer training. We even have bilingual language courses. So we do a lot of those training courses, and because of the COVID, you know, all the courses are done through Zoom right now. So you know, we're continuing to helping out small to medium companies through Zoom, through improving the skills of their employees. And the last one I wanted to mention was the supply chain management. This is something that came up new because of the COVID. A lot of manufacturers needed help sourcing materials. So we do have a specialist that his sole job is to find raw materials for manufacturers. So we have that. So, you know, just wanted to give you a couple examples how we partnered with this department. You know, we had company, I didn't want to give out the name. So, you know, there was one company A, you know, it's a food manufacturing company. They did not have any training for the leaders that they're promoting, and their current leaders that they have been promoted in the past. So, you know, we're providing some leadership training to the clients through Zoom. And you know, 80% of the total costs have been funded by ETP funding. So the client had to only pay less than 20%. Company B, you know, they wanted to improve their automation on their packaging portion. So our automation and robotics department went in there. This is all done through Zoom. We went through the video to see their operation, and we're putting together a plan to help them automate their process. And so far, 100% of the consulting fees have been offset. So yeah, so great examples how we can help manufacturers. That's the end. So my name is Christian Park. My information is down there, or you can also go to our company's website, cmtc.com. And yeah, we're just here to help companies, small to medium-sized manufacturers thrive in California. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christian. Up next, we have some speaker technical difficulties. So we're actually going to start on our business development session right away. So Wendy from LA Green Business Program, our very own, she's also a member from LASAN. She will be presenting next. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, Laura. Hi, everyone. My name is Wendy Renteria, and I am with LA Sanitation and Environment's Brownfields Green Business and RMDZ programs. So I'll be sharing those today. Okay, so just to get started, again, this is under LA Sanitation and Environment, Brownfields Green Business and RMDZ programs. They are 3 business assistance programs that are available to City of Los Angeles businesses. So first off, our citywide Brownfields program provides technical and financial assistance for environmental investigation and remediation of brownfield sites. And we provide this technical assistance to city departments, nonprofit organizations, and private property owners. And we do this by applying and granting and receiving funding from the Environmental Protection Agency and the State Water Board. These grants provide us with limited funding that we need to provide different types of technical and financial assistance, such as evaluating sites for the safety of those site conditions, conducting environmental assessments, and determining regulatory and liability challenges, and then providing environmental database research and assistance. So before getting into some examples of what our projects can look like and some of our success stories, I'd like to define what a brownfield is. So first off, a brownfield is a property whose expansion, redevelopment, or reuse may be complicated by the presence or suspected presence of a hazardous substance, pollutant, or contaminant. So as you can see on the right hand side, this photo is of an underground storage tank that's being removed, which, you know, it can pose a health and safety and environmental hazard to whatever is on this property. We provide specific property assistance on a case-by-case basis. And in order to do so, we look at some of the following criteria. First off, the site must be located within the city of Los Angeles. The property owner must not be responsible for the potential or actual contamination of the site. And the owner is someone who is experiencing difficulty complying with regulations. They have limited funds for handling the suspected contamination, and we give priority to serving sites that are located within environmentally distressed or otherwise disadvantaged communities. So here's an example of one of our success stories. This is our Adopt a Lot pilot program. Under this program, the Brownfield staff helped facilitate the screening and environmental assessment of 7 sites using grant funding from EPA. These sites were all approved for revitalization and redevelopment. So on this photo on the left-hand side, you can see one of those 7 sites. This is a formerly vacant lot in Council District 7. It underwent an environmental assessment, and once it was deemed safe for redevelopment, it was adopted by Pacoima Beautiful, who maintained this site for 12 months and transformed it into the North Hills Community Space and Garden, which is open to the public. Next is the Wilmington Industrial Block 27. This was a former salvage yard where we saw several vehicles and shipping containers parked on this industrial plot of land. It's about 1 acre. And with help from the Department of Toxic Substance Control and the State Water Board, the Brownfields program was successfully able to eliminate hazardous and petroleum waste from the site. The contaminated soil was removed and properly disposed of, so that no longer poses a risk for health and human safety. And this site is now being processed and redeveloped into a cold storage facility. Next, we have the Heart of Watts Community Garden. This is a formerly vacant lot across the street from a high school that was redeveloped into a community garden by From Lot to Spa and their community partners. The Brownfields program conducted environmental assessments that determined there was no contamination. And so now that it's been determined safe for use, it's been redeveloped into this, in my opinion, very beautiful community garden. So this is just an example of what the Brownfields program can do. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to our program, and we'll be able to provide general guidance and kind of share a little bit more about our program. And the contact information for the program will be at the end of the presentation. Next, I'll be talking about our Green Business Program. The Green Business Program recognizes businesses and nonprofit organizations that achieve statewide sustainability standards that are established by our partner organization, the California Green Business Network. So if you see these logos, this is us, the Green Business Network and the LA Green Business Program. So just to give you an idea of some of the benefits of being a green business, so by becoming certified, you get free environmental consulting to establish yourself as an environmentally friendly business that meets the same standards as other businesses throughout the state. The program is entirely free for businesses that are located within the city of Los Angeles. And some of the benefits include you have receiving potential cost savings by reducing your energy and water use. You receive a certificate signed by our mayor, Eric Garcetti, and LA Sanitation and Environment's Director and General Manager, Enrique Zaldivar. Our program connects you with other resources that are specific to your business needs. You will appear on the state's directory of certified green businesses, which you see in this slide here. It functions kind of similarly to Yelp, where customers and other potential clients can find you. And lastly, you'll get opportunities to be featured on LA Sanitation's own social media and other marketing opportunities as they arise through the California Green Business Network. Right now, we currently have, we offer rebates of up to $500 to reimburse you for any changes that you may have to make to your purchasing processes in order to meet our standards. And we can share more about that with you after you're signed up, and we have some time to talk with you one-on-one. So just to show you an overview of what the process of becoming a green business looks like is we have you sign up on the state's website, greenbusinessca.org. Once you sign up there, we'll get notified and we'll reach out to you and schedule a time to talk to you. And we'll walk through the entire checklist, the process, the benefits, learn more about your business and what you need and how we can serve you. And then we'll help you every step of the way by providing personal reports, connecting you to resources and incentives that'll help you become a certified green business and get you recognized as soon as possible. So then this is what the California Green Business Network's website looks like. So if you're on this page, you're in the right place, and you just sign up here. As soon as you're signed up, we'll get notified and someone will reach out to you via email. So next slide, we have the Recycling Market Development Zone. And this is our third program. This is it's a loan and business assistance program that's otherwise known as RMDC. This loan is available to businesses and manufacturers that use recycled materials in their products or otherwise prevent or reduce waste within the state of California. This, as I said, this program is overseen by CalRecycle, and they are the granting body for this loan. But Los Angeles businesses first come through us before being connected to CalRecycle for this loan. The loan is up to $2 million or 75% of the project cost, whichever is less. And this funding can be used for things like purchasing equipment, machinery, real estate, loan closing points, and working capital. In order to be eligible to receive this loan, the business must have a location within the city of Los Angeles and must manufacture products that include recycled content in their products, or otherwise divert or reduce waste that would have otherwise been landfilled within the state of California. So if you are interested, have any questions about the Brownfields, Green Business, and RMDZ programs, please visit LA Sanitation and Environment's website, lacitysan.org, and those are the links. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Wendy. We will be continuing with our business development session. So Rosa Penaloza, she is next representing Economic, Workforce and Development, Small Business Services. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Give me just a minute here to share my screen. Okay, are you able to view it?
Yes, we are.
Wonderful. So my name is Rosa Penaloza. I'm a senior project coordinator with the City of Los Angeles Economic and Workforce Development Department. It is a pleasure to be here with you all to give you a brief presentation on the services that we have available, to all of you from our Economic and Workforce Development Department. So with that, one of our goals within the department is to steer economic development in a manner that yields thriving businesses and creates job training and career opportunities for the City of Los Angeles. Ultimately, our goal during these difficult times is to assist as many businesses possible, job seekers, and provide an array of services to continue to support our economic efforts and the relief of COVID-19. With that, we have a business response unit that are known for BRU. So if anyone needs any assistance with acquiring permits, navigating through the process of getting the proper licensing for your business, the BRU department, our business response unit, is readily available to assist within the City of Los Angeles to obtain all of the necessary information and help you navigate through the different departments. We understand that sometimes that can be challenging, and so therefore there is this level of assistance available to you. And in the screen, you will see the phone number and the email in the event that you wanted to reach out to our business response unit. In addition to that, we also have a component of business financial programs available, and these programs allow us to support our businesses in different calibers. So in particular, if you're a small business and you're looking for private lenders to accommodate, that's one arena that you can entertain. We also have major projects, loan programs for those that are looking for fixed rate financing for large scale commercial development projects in low and moderate income communities. And then of course, we also have the Los Angeles Development Fund, and that is a new market tax credit investment capital for major improvements, throughout the community. In addition to that, sorry, did it stop sharing?
You have your website open.
Okay, my apologies. Let me close that. Okay, there we are. And so, so now I'd like to share with you also that we have in the Economic Development Department, we also have Los Angeles Business Source Centers, 9 throughout the city of Los Angeles, readily available to assist businesses with one-on-one consultation, needs and market assessments, a business plan, legal considerations for small businesses, especially right now during these difficult times with leases, site locations, lease negotiations, strategic and comprehensive business planning, prior to launching a business. So the 9 centers have, an array of services available to all of you in the event that you needed some support. In particular, we also have small business financing, which, we have been very fortunate to, during these difficult times, we were able to fund over 800 microloans for small businesses, a little over $11 million that we distributed to small businesses throughout the city of Los Angeles. So they do have available resources, for access to working capital, tax incentives and credits, and then of course an array of business training courses to enhance your business. We also have business incubators. So for those of you who are looking to launch your innovations in a new business, we have the incubators that not only provide some training, but also free office space, mentoring, and an abundance of resources. It is a great platform to support a new business venture. And then, of course, if you're looking to hire, if you're dealing with challenges with layoffs, or if you're looking to provide training to your employees, we have 16 WorkSource centers throughout the city of Los Angeles that can provide job seekers and businesses assistance with not only the job seeker, building their resume, looking for employment, enhancing their skills, but also on the side of the business, assist them with, the hiring aspect, or if they're downsizing, or access to a computer, access to workshops, interviewing facilities. And so a lot of our resources right now are by appointment only. So you would have to contact and, make the proper arrangements for safety reasons. And then, of course, we also have youth source centers, and this is a service for youth ages 16 to 24. So if any company was interested to offer internships, they have paid internship opportunities where you would have the ability to train someone, they would lend the support in your business, and you would be contributing to the development and growth of a potential qualified candidate that you can eventually also retain and hire. So it is a great hiring opportunity as well. And I believe that I want to share a quick, a very brief success story for you to view. And so if you just bear with me a few minutes while it loads. Okay.
Once I went to a business source, I never left. Every time I've needed access to capital, it's been through a business source center because it's so seamless, it's easy, and it cuts out a lot of haggle that I can use that time to do other things in my business. Capital allowed us to buy equipment that lowered our costs and allowed us to hire more people, and it gave us even more efficiencies because number one, we can turn things around faster, produce them in-house, and do it with our own team of employees and instead of going out to other service providers. I had no idea that the city provided a service or a range of services to these organizations like the ones that they did. And it sounded too good to be true because, you know, all these services were free. So when I tell that to my colleagues and friends, they have a similar reaction. But it's not coming from them, so it's coming from someone that's experienced it. And it's got a little bit more weight. You know, business sources are truly amazing assets that all entrepreneurs should be aware about.
Thank you. So with that, I conclude my presentation, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rosa. To conclude our business development session, we have Cassie Ann Rego from City of Los Angeles Department of Water and Power. Thank you so much.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. Let me just share my screen really quickly. All right. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Cassian Rego. I'm a utility service specialist with the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power Water Conservation Group. Our group focuses on the water conservation rebates and programs for both residential and commercial customers. We all know that water is a finite resource that we cannot continue to waste. So businesses can implement water conservation practices and measures that can reduce their water usage, along with reducing their bills and reducing their operating costs. And LADWP is here to help you through this. So LADWP offers free water conservation devices to our residential and commercial customers. So we do offer free bathroom faucet aerators for your facility. You can receive free 1.0 or 0.5 gallon per minute bathroom aerators. The standard bathroom aerator sold in California uses 1.2 gallons per minute. So this can save you an average of 2.5 gallons per day. We also do have break room and kitchen faucet aerators. So if your facility does have a kitchen faucet, we offer 1.3 gallons per minute kitchen faucet aerators. The standard break room or kitchen faucet aerator sold in California uses about 2.2 gallons per minute. So again, saving you on average about 2.5 gallons per day, or that can add up to almost 900 gallons per year. We also offer shower heads. So if your facility has showers, we offer 1.5 gallon per minute shower heads. And it can save you approximately 1 gallon per minute if you change out these shower heads. These small changes in your facility can help you save both water and money. Next slide. So in order to receive your free water conservation devices, just send us an email is the best way right now to waterconservation@ladwp.com. Be sure to include your service address, your LADWP service address, and the amount of each device that you would like to receive for your facility. We will mail out these devices free of charge via US Postal Service. So again, these are free for LADWP customers, so definitely take advantage if you haven't already. LADWP, along with the Metropolitan Water District, or MWD, provides rebates for a variety of water-saving equipment for our commercial customers. We do have our premium high-efficiency toilet rebate for $250 per toilet. We also have our zero ultra-low water urinal rebate for $500 per urinal. If your location has outdoor irrigation, we offer a weather-based irrigation controller for up to $50 per station, and rotating sprinkler nozzles up to $6 per nozzle with a $30 nozzle minimum. If your facility has a cooling tower, there is a pH conductivity controller rebate for up to $3,000. And as you can see on the bottom right of your screen, we also have our turf replacement program. You might recognize that maybe from your own residential property, but our commercial customers are welcome to this, where you can transform your lawn in your facility to create a sustainable landscaping that includes mulch and California drought-friendly plants. And this rebate is $3 per square foot. All right, so in order to take advantage of these menu-based rebates, visit SoCalWatersmart.com. Here's an image of what the website looks like. Applications are done completely online, so you can see on your bottom right, submit your rebate application here, and you'll have to submit your LADWP along with receipts. Commercial customers, you do need to have a rebate reservation before you purchase your equipment. So please make sure to visit for the terms and conditions. There is a time limit. Once you do apply, you have 60 days to actually purchase and install your equipment. Let's see. And there is also a verify your eligibility and estimate your rebate tool on this website, which is very convenient. You can enter your service address and it will let you know what you're eligible for and what your rebate will be. So definitely visit this. There are some terms and conditions, such as the specific toilet models that you might be able to purchase. So please do visit it and make sure you purchase the right toilet to receive the rebate. Another program we have is our Technical Assistance Program, or we also call it TAP. It is a financial incentive program for our commercial, industrial, institutional, and multifamily customers. This program invites customized water conservation project. currently this program is paying $1.75 per 1,000 gallons of water conserved during the first 2 years. Some of our popular projects can include cooling tower water efficiency upgrades, water recirculation projects, and water recycling projects. An application and pre-inspection are required for this program. I do suggest if you do have any ideas and you're not sure if it will qualify for this program, definitely give us a call or send us an email. We can always lead you in the right direction if you're looking to start a program at your facility. And my presentation is pretty short and sweet. So here's our contact information. Visit our website, ladwp.com. Again, the SoCalWatersmart.com website to apply for the menu-based rebates. And for our technical assistance program, you can email us at waterconservation@ladwp and also call our hotline number. And if you have any other general questions, definitely you can also email the same water conservation or call us on the 1-800 number. And that's all I have. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for your time. Okay, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna jump back to the COVID relief session. Lativia Pineda, she will be presenting on the small business majority. Thank you. Oh, you're still on mute, Lativia. Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you all. I have a quick presentation about some COVID funding options. Can you guys see my screen okay?
It's great, thank you.
Perfect. So like I said, a few COVID-19 funding options available specifically to business owners in California. Really quickly, my name is Latavia Pineda. I am the Southern California Outreach Manager at Small Business Majority. So I do all of our work in Southern California, especially in the Inland Empire in LA County. I live in LA County, so hello to all of my neighbors, I suppose. But thank you all for joining us today. Really excited to share this information with you all. Really quickly, a bit about Small Business Majority. We are a national education and advocacy nonprofit that focuses on empowering small businesses and solo entrepreneurs to ensure that they have the tools they need to create a thriving and inclusive economy. And we do have an emphasis on underserved populations. We have a network of over 80,000 business owners across the nation through our 8 offices in various states. And just so you know, if you're not already familiar with our organization, we are not membership based. So really all you have to do is sign up to our newsletter and you have access to all of our resources, all of our events, and a little bit more about the type of work that we do. There are kind of 3 buckets to our work. The first is our policy advocacy. So we do lots of research to make sure that policymakers have the information they need to create policies that really empower small business owners. And we do our research on access to capital, workplace benefits, including healthcare, retirement security, and paid family leave. And we do this research actually by polling our network of business owners. So if you're in our network, you have access, you have the ability to have your voice heard in policy. We also do lots of different media opportunities to uplift the voice of small business owners. So whether that's connecting with a reporter, writing an op-ed, a letter to the editor, highlighting a business in a blog post or on social media, just really making sure that the true voice of small business is being heard. And as an outreach manager, a lot of my work has to do with education and resource creation and distribution. So really making sure that you all as small business owners have the tools that you need to be successful. So we do lots of webinars, seminars, and we have a resource hub called venturize.org where you're able to find all sorts of information, kind of the very basics of capital, avoiding predatory lending, reputable lenders, grant programs, all sorts of other information. First, I would like to give you all an overview of some of the programs that are available to small business owners. First is the Paycheck Protection Program, which is a forgivable loan administered by the SBA, but you apply through a local bank or a local lender. This is a loan that is forgivable, assuming that you spend it within certain regulations. but I'm sure that this is not a new program for many of you. I'm sure it's something that you've heard of before. And in case you were not aware, it is available for second draw. So if you received a PPP loan previously, you can now apply for a second loan if you wish. Additionally, there is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or EIDL. This is a non-forgivable loan that you apply for directly through the SBA at 3.75% interest over 30 years. And you're able to apply kind of through directly through that link. It's a nifty portal that you submit all of your information through, and then the SBA handles your application. And this program is open through the end of this year, through the end of 2021. There's also the loan advance, or the grant that's associated with the EIDL. Currently, there are not new advances being administered, but for those of you who maybe received an EIDL advance previously, earlier in 2020, you may be eligible to receive additional funding through that program. So if you received less than $10,000, you may be eligible to receive the remainder to take you up to $10,000, and the SBA will be reaching out to you if you're eligible for those additional funds. Really quickly, just a comparison between the Paycheck Protection Program and EIDL, because I know it's kind of confusing. I won't spend too much time here. We do have a couple other webinars coming up this week that cover this information, but just really quickly, Paycheck Protection Program is a program created specifically in response to COVID, intended to help business owners keep their employees on payroll. It is forgivable, and some of the eligible uses are payroll cost, mortgage interest, rent and utility expenses. So a few of those overhead expenses are eligible uses for funds. You apply through an SBA approved lender, whether that's your bank, a community development financial institution, a smaller community bank. There are a few different options. It has a 1% fixed interest rate for all of those funds that are not forgiven. There is no credit check or collateral required. But I know that in the first round, it was kind of up to the lenders, and it was at the lender's discretion, and the repayment term is 2 to 5 years. There's also the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, or also EIDL is how it's commonly known. This is a program that existed pre-COVID that the SBA ran in response to different disasters, so different earthquakes, wildfires, hurricanes, things like that. There were funds available to small businesses impacted by different disasters. This is not forgivable, and it does have a wider range of uses, of eligible uses of funds, including working capital, inventory, equipment, real estate payments, and other operating expenses. You apply directly through the SBA through that link. You can even just Google COVID EIDL, and the SBA link will pop up, and you can apply directly through the SBA there. It has a 3.75% interest rate for for-profit organizations and 2.75% for nonprofits. The credit check and collateral may be required at the discretion of the SBA, depending on the size of the loan, and the maximum repayment is 30 years, similar to a mortgage. Now, going on to the programs available specifically for California businesses, the first is the California Rebuilding Fund. This is a loan that is not forgivable in part or in full. You apply through one centralized portal. You submit a pre-application through a centralized portal, and then you submit a full application through a lender if you are eligible. This is a loan that is at, I believe it's 4.25% interest, but I'll give a little bit more information in just a moment on specifically how to apply. Again, it's not forgivable, so this is a loan you will have to repay at that 4.25% interest rate. And there's also the California Small Business Relief Grant, and this is a grant that is available to small businesses in California. The governor set aside $500 million to go to small business owners in the form of grants. The application period for the second round starts this coming Tuesday, February 2nd, and lasts through February 8th. And grants are available in the sizes of $5,000, $15,000, or $25,000, depending on your gross income, but I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a moment. Going into the California Rebuilding Fund, I think before I give you some information about the California Rebuilding Fund, it's important to have an understanding of what community lenders are, because community lenders are the primary lender through the California Rebuilding Fund alone. So community development financial institutions help businesses that are traditionally left out of the banking system. So as you may know, some of the larger banks are often more reluctant to make loans to small businesses, but CDFIs are mission-driven lenders that have the goal of supporting small businesses and really uplifting communities. So oftentimes when small businesses aren't able to access a loan through one of the more conventional banks, they're able to go through a community lender. So going into the California Rebuilding Fund, it does have an interest rate of 4.25%. Like I said, the maximum loan amount is $100,000 or up to 3 months of your average revenues in 2019. So you can kind of pick the 3 months, 3 consecutive months, find the average, multiply it by 3, and that's the maximum amount that you can apply for, up to $100,000. It does have a five-year repayment term, so that's 60 months. And during the first 12 months of this loan, you will only make interest payments, and there are no prepayment penalties. So if you're able to receive this loan, and in a couple of months, you actually come into some cash and you're able to repay it, you won't face any penalties, which is sometimes happens in various small business loans. A little bit about eligibility for the California Rebuilding Fund. You must have employed 50 or fewer full-time employees prior to March 2020, and this does include partial owners. The business must have had gross revenues of less than $2.5 million in 2019. The business must have suffered direct economic hardship as a result of COVID-19, which has materially impacted operations as evidenced by a significant reduction in revenues since January 2020. And the business must have returned to or sustained at least 1 month or 30% pre-COVID revenues relative to a similar period in 2019. Now that final point is the one that is the criteria that I'm finding many businesses are not able to meet. So basically what this means is that for at least 1 month of the pandemic, you must have gone back to at least 30% revenues of your pre-COVID levels. So if you've not been able to open at all since the pandemic started, if you've not had any revenues, this probably wouldn't be the right program for you. Additionally, also worth noting that there are some baseline criteria for this program, but each lender also has their own criteria that you are then subject to once you match with them and go ahead and apply with them. Some additional borrower eligibility. The business must have demonstrated positive net income in 2019, so you must have been profitable prior to the pandemic, and that just shows the lender that you'll be able to repay it back once things are back to normal. The business must have been in operation since at least June 30th, 2019. So unfortunately, this loan is not for some of those very new businesses. And the main office or headquarters of the business must be in California, and the funds can only go towards California operations. So if you have an office also in Nevada, for example, and you receive the California Rebuilding Fund loan, you may only use those funds for California operations. At the time of submitting your pre-application, you are not asked to submit any documentation, but afterwards you may be asked to submit some documentation to your lender, and that could include the schedule of ownership, some information about the owners, an application certification, which is very common if you ever applied for a loan. You may be asked to provide some bank statements or other proof of revenues. 2019 federal tax documentation, a personal guarantee may be required, and you're also going to have to provide evidence of your legal formation, which could be your articles of incorporation, your business license, or any other number of documents. There are some businesses that are not eligible, but this is pretty standard across most loan programs. So this would include any businesses that are involved in activity that's illegal at the federal level. So for example, in California, that would include cannabis businesses, any businesses that are primarily involved in lobbying, as well as gambling businesses and a few others. But again, this is pretty standard. So if you're in these businesses, you probably already know this. Now, how do you actually apply? It's a great question. So the pre-application is available at caloanfund.org. And I will say that when you type in caloanfund.org and you hit enter into your browser, you will be redirected to a website with a much longer URL. And that's okay. That's completely normal. I know it scares some folks, but that's supposed to happen. The caloanfund.org is just a much more straightforward URL than the actual page where the application resides. I highly encourage you to actually read through the different tabs and the different requirements on the portal before you apply. That's just to ensure that you don't waste your time submitting information and you may not actually be eligible. And you'll go to the pre-application, answer about 15 questions about your business. Again, no documentation is required. And then once you complete your pre-application, you will either be matched with the lender, and then you'll be able to connect with them and fill out their complete application, or you'll be told that for whatever reason, you do not qualify and you are not able to receive a California Rebuilding Fund loan, at which point you'll be given some information about how to access technical assistance, business support services to help you prepare for maybe a different loan product, because it's very possible that although you may not qualify for this specific loan, you may qualify for one, for example, at a slightly higher interest rate or under different terms, things like that. So if you are not able to match with the lender, don't get discouraged. Highly encourage you to reach out either to me or to a small business development center, a women's business center, and figure out what may be the best next step for you and your business. But again, you can check out caloanfund.org for more information and to see full eligibility criteria and to review the pre-application and submit your pre-application if you choose. Going on to the California Relief Grant, this is the program that had $500 million set aside for it by the governor. I'm going to walk you all first through the process that applicants go through, and then I'll also walk you through the website, which I think is the best tool to help you really become familiar with the program. So a couple of weeks ago, the first round of the program opened. And that was when the first half of the funds were set to go out to business owners. So what happens when you submit an application for this grant program? You'll fill out your information online. You'll pick a partner, you'll apply with them, give them your information. You'll upload some documents, including the application certification, your driver's license, or some other form of government issued ID, 2019 or 2018 tax returns, as well as your proof of your legal proof of business. Then Lendistry, which is the CDFI that has been chosen by the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development, will generate a scorecard based off of the information that you submit, and then you will be considered as an applicant of the grant program. Now the second round does open this coming Tuesday, so you'll be able to start your application on Tuesday and go through that process of filling out your application. Once you filled out your application and submitted your documents, you're then in the pool of applicants. Important to note that if you are applying for the first time for this grant program, your application is being considered alongside those applicants from the first round who were waitlisted. So now that we're in the second round, we'll go ahead and skip kind of this first round information. But now that we're in the second round, one of two things will happen to your application. First, you will either be approved or not selected. So if you are approved, you'll go into the validation process, receive tax documentation, and then eventually your award will be distributed. Now, there is a proposal by the governor to allocate an additional $500 million to this program. So it is possible that eventually there will be additional funds added to the program, and there may be subsequent rounds. But for now, what we know is that the second half of the $500 million will begin to be distributed after February 8th. So starting February 2nd, you can submit your second round application if you haven't already submitted an application, and you'll be considered in round 2. Now, if you did apply during round 1 and you received a waitlist notification, you don't have to take any action. Your application will automatically be considered in the second round. Now, obviously, something that's very important to anyone looking for capital is the amount of money that you're able to receive, the award size. As I said earlier, the grant funding structure does depend on your revenues from 2019. So the way the breakdown works is that if you had annual revenues between $1,000 and $100,000, you may be eligible for a $5,000 grant. If you had revenues greater than $100,000 and up to $1 million, you may be eligible for $15,000. And if you had annual revenues greater than $1 million, but less than $2.5 million, you may be eligible for $25,000. And now really quickly, I'm going to switch so that we can view, there we go. I'm going to show you all the website. There we go. And I will start sharing my screen again. Okay, so when you go to careliefgrant.com, the website will look like this. Now here in the yellow box, you can see some updates on the program. So as you can see, round 2 opens February 2nd and closes February 8th. Applicants who were selected during the first round have already been notified, and here is the breakdown of notifications for the second round. The call center hours in case you need to reach Lendistry. Very important to note that when you will apply through a partner. And so you can determine your partner either by going to county or by selecting language. Now, if we go to county, we're going to go to Los Angeles County, I imagine for many of you, and this list of partners pops up. Now, I encourage you to look through it, and if you know any of these organizations, if you worked with them in the past, of course, apply through them. But if you are not familiar with any of these organizations, go ahead and pick, I recommend working with the Small Business Development Centers, this one, or the Women's Business Centers. They have great teams of technical assistance providers. So if you need some more hands-on support, you can certainly get it from either of these organizations. But if you're looking at this and think, oh, I am a member of the California Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and you maybe are familiar with Oscar at their on their team, you can apply with the California Hispanic Chamber. Or if you're thinking, oh, I've received a loan in the past from CDC Small Business Finance, I loved my representative there, go ahead and apply with them. Or maybe, oh, I'm a member of the Black Chamber of Commerce, go ahead and apply with the Black Chamber of Commerce. On the website, you can find all of the information about the actual process for applying. So you can have the application guide for for-profit businesses and nonprofit businesses, some information about the rounds and the different structure, the necessary documentation, for example, the grant amounts in case you forgot, and the different eligibility requirements. And again, much like the California Relief Fund or the California Rebuilding Fund, I highly encourage you to read the eligibility before submitting your application, because it's possible you're actually not eligible, and it's better to not, waste your own time of submitting the application if it's actually turns out that you're not eligible. But the only reason that you would be not selected, as opposed, the only reason that you would be told that you're not eligible is because you don't meet these eligibility requirements. And that includes the income, different industries, etc. This is the breakdown of the documentation you will need. Now, if you're going to apply for this grant, I highly suggest you read through all of the information on the website, or at least a good chunk of the information. Also, there's tons of information here about different webinars that are upcoming about the grant. With that, I'm going to go ahead and go back to my PowerPoint. Lots of switching around, my apologies. Okay. Moving on past the grant, I'd like to share some other final resources with you before I hop off. So venturize.org is Small Business Majority's resource hub, where we store all of our information about access to capital, avoiding predatory lending, workplace benefits, etc. We do have some upcoming events. This one actually just concluded, but it is recorded on our on our Facebook. We did a Facebook Live, so you can find it on our Facebook about opportunity zones and accessing investments if you're in an opportunity zone. We have an upcoming webinar about the second round of PPP, and we also have 30-minute weekly policy briefs that cover both updates at the federal and state level. Also beginning Monday, we have twice daily webinars about the California Relief Grant. So if you're looking for information on how the application actually works, you're able to attend our webinars, register for our webinars, and you can attend them and ask all of the questions you may have. Of course, I encourage you to connect with us on social media, join our newsletter, and join our network so that you get access to all of our upcoming events. We also have a community forum. It's kind of it's a forum for small business owners to ask each other questions, as well as to ask small business majority staff questions. And here is my contact information. I was looking at the chat. Where and how does one apply for the California Rebuilding Fund? That is caloanfund.org. Let's see. So as far as who is selected, how the recipients of the grant are selected, there's some information on the website, on Lendistry's website, about the breakdown of the scorecard. Of course, not all of the information is able to be provided, but there's some insights on the website. And if you have any other specific questions, please feel free to reach out to me. This is my phone number and my email. But with that, I am done. So thank you so much to the LA Sanitation team.
Thank you so much for presenting. Thank you so much, Small Business Majority. We will be moving on to our last session, which is presented by Layla Lee. She will be presenting from the Mayor's Office for Economic Development. Thank you, Layla.
Hi, everybody. Let me share my screen. All right. So great to see everyone here today. Thank you. Oops, am I doing this right? Give me 1 second, okay? Okay. So, thank you so much for having me here today. I would like to thank Mark and the LA Sanitation team for putting this incredible event together and, helping us get this information out. My name is Layla. I'm with the Mayor's Office of Economic Development. In my role, what I do is advocate for businesses and push for policies, initiatives, programs that support the growth of businesses, micro enterprises, as well as aspiring entrepreneurs. So today I'd like to share some of the resources and relief that are available. Before I start, I'd like just to begin by, oops, I don't know why I'm having a hard. Okay, here we go. It's just really important that before we start, we just begin by sharing some critical information regarding where we are today. Like as you likely know, the state ended its regional order on January 25th. So now we're back at tier 1 on the state's blueprint for safer economy. So what that means is it's important to remember that this change was based on ICU projections, not necessarily where we are right now. So the reality is that our COVID cases remain very high. So is our positivity rate, and our ICU bed capacity remains 0%. So as we go forward, we would like to, send that message that we have to continue to be very safe. And in terms of going back to another level, you can see through this chart that unless we can go down to less than 7 cases as of right now, it's going to remain the way it is right now. So, in addition to the increasing capacity listed on the slides that you can see right here, restaurants will be able to open outdoors starting tomorrow at 50% outdoor capacity with tables 8 feet apart. Outdoor structures cannot have more than 2 sides and no more than 6 people per table, and they must be all from the same household. And also as a reminder, please stay updated with the latest protocols for your specific industry, as they can change from time to time. You can find protocols at the LA County Public Health website. You have to print it, fill it out, implement the protocols, and post it at the entrance of your business. I also cannot overemphasize enough the importance of keeping your employees informed and educated in order to prevent the spread of the virus in your facility, as well as to avoid potential lawsuits. So, please visit frequently. I often recommend people to go every month to just be on the lookout for new guidelines. Another great tool right now is the county self-certification for COVID-19 safety compliance. While non-mandatory, it further provides assurance to your customers and employees that you're doing all you can to follow protocols and guidelines. And should you feel lost along the way or want to go further than the protocol, I also encourage you to read our reopening toolkits. These were made early on the process, but these were just published with the help of amazing industry experts who share their best practices and what they're doing in their facilities, not just to remain safe, but making clients feel safer in their premises and for encouraging them to return to their business. In addition to that, what we have done in the mayor's office, we started the alfresco program, and I'm sure you're very familiar with this. The deadline was supposed to be December 31st, and now it has been prolonged to the end of June, I believe. So if you would like to apply, I do recommend that. I work with several different entities and locations and different chambers and bids, and small businesses are reporting that they're seeing this has helped them tremendously. So now that outdoor dining is open, if you are a restaurant, I do recommend that you look into this. And if you're not a restaurant, and if you're next to a restaurant, the phase 2 of alfresco program allows you to close an entire street or a lane. So that's something that, talk to your neighborhood and see what can we do together as a neighborhood to open up businesses and encourage more people to come and patronize your businesses. In addition to that, some regulatory relief, and I'm sure some of you might be familiar with this, but there's, the sales of alcoholic beverages is not permitted by restaurants for offsite consumption, and also for retail stores. We also extended cap fees of 15% on third-party delivery platforms, and all the deadlines prescribed in the LA Municipal Code have been told. What we're trying to do in the city overall is we're trying to make business easier for every business. We want to encourage people to open up their business in LA City by making it, streamlining the processes, making it cheaper than ever. And I think you will see that, we have the beverage program, we have so many other different programs that we're working on that are really going to streamline the process and make it easier. And what I do want to emphasize that with the mayor's office, we're always looking for new ideas, new from everyone, because we are looking to make it easier for you to continue on. And I'm proud to say that with the commercial eviction moratorium, we were one of the first cities to implement that. As of right now, there's a lot of places that do have a sunset date. For us, it's until the end of the local emergency period, and you have up to 3 months to pay any back to rent. I understand that many businesses are facing problems with your landlords, or even some employees, and even renegotiating their lease. So what I do recommend, to visit LA Represents, is a program that the mayor created. And what's so great about it, through our partners, you can get help with contracts. We can help you renegotiate your lease. And understand some of the regulations that apply to your employees. So those are just some of the few things that that the program provides. Oops, why is it not? Okay. So one of the programs that I'm very excited to talk about today is really LA Optimize. What LA Optimize does, what we realize in the mayor's office, is just that during the last 10, 11 months of the pandemic, several businesses have been able to do well during the pandemic. And those are the businesses that have been able to adapt, right? Understanding technology and how it can be used to get more access to clients and marketing. So what we wanted to do is support the business that were kind of left behind, because we do understand so many businesses, even with PPP, 60% goes towards your wages, right? And the remaining goes towards paying rent and utilities and so forth. So what LA Optimize does, for completely free, we're creating or optimizing online business listings. That means like your Yelp, find Google, finding Google My Business on Google, Facebook, etc. So clients can find you in the first place. And then we also help you create or optimize your business website up to 5 pages. And also we perform an e-commerce audit of your business. So we know where your weak points are. So we can increase business interaction and also, consumer experience on your websites. In addition to that, we're working with LA creatives. So what we realize is just that having a website is just the beginning, right? You need to work also on your branding and getting more access to consumers. So what we're doing through the LA Optimize program, we're giving grants to creatives, and in return, these creatives are gonna create videography for your YouTube channel or redo your branding. Say you're a manufacturer and you need help with your packaging. This is what this program is about. If you need help with your social media and you need like maybe 50 photographs, so you can start your social media on Instagram and interact with your consumer base, this is what this program is about. And in addition to that, we're working with, I want to say, over 30 partners. We're talking to over 30 partners, corporate partners that will support us through this process. And it will include several different events, educational events, and one-on-one support for our businesses through their platforms. So we're very excited about this, and we do encourage everyone to apply for this program. And so I don't want to go too much over this because I know Latavia did an amazing job just going over so many of these programs, but I think it's worth repeating. The SBA Paycheck Protection Program is available now. It closes March 31st, and we do understand that so many of the businesses have a hard time applying for it can be a little bit overwhelming. And if you do need help, we do have a partnership with the county. It's called LA Cares Corps. And through LA Cares Corps, we give one-on-one support for businesses in their application process. And if not through the LA Cares Corps, you can also go to one of our business or centers, as Rosa mentioned. In addition to that, I would also, if you're a live menu operator, a theatrical producer, a live performing arts organization, a museum of some kind, or like a motion picture theater operator or a talent representative, I do recommend for you to look into the Shutter Venues Operators Grant. That's going to be available through the SBA program. It's not available yet. However, it should be available to. And grants will go to 45% of their gross earned revenue, with the maximum amount of like $10 million. So that's that, especially for the Hollywood area and our LA area, we feel that would be a great grant to tap into. In addition to that, in addition to the California COVID relief grant, that'll be between February 2 and 8, which Latavia spoke about. I also encourage you to look into the California Employment Development Department work sharing program, because that helps you kind of pay for your employees if you're unable to pay them full time at this point. It's you and the government coming together and saying, I'll pay part of it and the government will pay the other half, right? Another programs that I do encourage you to look into, if you're unable to get a grant or a loan from SBA, California iBank has several different loan programs that are specifically made for people to have, for people that are having difficulty accessing capital. And other than that, today, the Small Business Stabilization Program opened in the county. That I believe gives interest rate, like a competitive interest rate for loans ranging from $50,000 to $3 million. Business must have been in operation for at least 2 years, and they can use the capital for working capital, equipment purchases, real estate acquisition, or refinancing of existing loans. So that opened today. And in addition to that, if you do have a business in Council District 13, Council District 13 also opened its round 2 of the grant program. Councilmember And that one is going to run until February 4th, 5 p.m. So make sure you apply today. And other than that, I do have to share some of these links for you. LA Represents, as I said, LA Care Corps is the one that I was referring to if you need help applying for PPP. If you need help with face coverings or anything, LA Protects is there for you. Hiring LADWP is also, working for you as well to, if you need a payment plan. If you need to adjust your recycle levels, I know it has been really difficult for a lot of folks because the recycle levels rates have gone up. So I do encourage you to reach out to adjust your recycle level. And LA Optimize, there's the website again. I can share this presentation later, so you can also have access to these websites. And as Rosa referred to, there's several different, the business source centers are a great source. The rapid response unit is also a great source. LA County also has its own help center, and we have our local, our different partners that are trusted partners like the local SBDC, the SCORE offices, and the BIXO exchanges. If you do need more information, I do encourage you to go to the ewddlacity.com site. We do have a resilience toolkit and also a policy guide that can help you and help you understand all these different laws and regulations, as well as all of the different loans that are available right now. And this is if you would like to contact us or you have more questions. But in the last message is, we are here to support you, and we're listening, and keep in touch with us and let us know how we can further support you. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Layla. It was a very informative presentation. Okay, one more thing before we end this event. Okay, this right here is our speaker contact information with everyone's information. Let me just say thank you everyone for coming to this session. We appreciate you and your time. And we look forward to servicing and working with you in the future. Please look forward to this contact sheet being sent out, and also a recorded video. We're recording this video. We're going to email it to you right after this event as well, in case you missed anything or you want to share with other local businesses. We would highly appreciate that to get the word out there. We will also be sending you a short survey to help us tailor future events to best suit the needs of Angelenos. Thank you guys very much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And that's it. If you have any questions, once again, contact our speakers directly, or you can also contact LA Industry and we will get you to the right people. Have a nice day, everyone.